Hi everybody, I don't know what point of in the interview this is, but hopefully it's at the very beginning, so it starts off well and then goes downhill from there. As you can see on my shoulder, I've got the multi-talented, wonderful and extremely handsome Nick Bayford from Lucky Lady Lexi and the Riverside Boys. God, that's a mouthful.
Close enough, mate. Close
enough. Is what it is. What is it?
Lady Luck Lexi.
Lady Luck Lexi. That's what I'm saying to you. Listen, I'm too busy looking at Nick when we're on stage. I can't say it's out now.
Thanks,
Merry Christmas to everybody. Little song I wrote 12, 14 years ago. First time I've had the real genuine opportunity and the pleasure to put it down, and thanks to this man, he's coming alive. So cheers, Nick.
Good.
Right, how do you count, Nick? 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it?
I think it's normally the way it goes, yeah.
Okay, right, let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. I dreamed I had a perfect love, one that would fill my heart, set from up above. My dream came true, and I'm so in love with you. Yeah. My heart has roamed around the world alone, traveling from town to town, but now it's found a home. My search is through. Yes, I'm so in love with you. I can't believe my lucky stars. My lonely days are at an end, 'cause here you are. And now our happy day is here at last. Thought I found love before, that's all in the past. This time it's true. Yes, I'm so in love with you. I can't believe my lucky stars, yeah. My lonely days are at an end, because here you are. Here you are. Here you are. Hey, Nick, let's hope they do that twice. It's going to go wrong. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Christmas special of Artists in the Spotlight with the one and only Mr. Frank Ryan. If you're a local Essex rock and roll rockabilly fan, or even just a vocalist sort of fan, you'd appreciate the music and the voice of Mr. Frank Ryan. This has been one of the interviews I've been looking forward to the most, and when I got him on board back in July, August time, you know, this was something I was extremely looking forward to, and boy, it doesn't disappoint. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you all for the support and everything. And we'll now go over to Frank. So Frank, how you been? It's been a little while. What you been up to, and how's COVID been treating you?
Hi Scotty. Nice of you to ask me along and answer a few questions. Appreciate it, mate. Honoured, actually. What have I been up to? Yeah, COVID, like you said, like you asked, you intimated in a question. COVID sort of put paid to everything, didn't it? But I've just recently been to Hemsby, and it's definitely everything's still back on track. So, or getting back on track, and yeah. So I haven't been doing much leading up to it. I was working non-stop. My job sort of pulls me away, and obviously after the Sunset sort of disbanded and the boys went off to Lou Lewis and done their thing. Yeah, I sort of took a bit of a break.
Unfortunately, you know, COVID's put paid to a lot of things. You know, me personally, honeymoons, stag do's, weddings. It's been horrific. Plus, also local music scenes. But I suppose a lot of people have lost their lives, or people have lost family members due to COVID, and you know, so we're lucky to be alive and healthy. So we take that into consideration as well. So Frank, first real question tonight is, how did it all start? How did your rock and roll singing adventure start way back in the day?
Wow, that's a massive question. I'll try and keep it simple. So my mum was a big Elvis fan, being born in the same year, 1935, as him, and my dad 1936. So they were brought up in the 50s, come over here from London, from Ireland, worked in London, see all his movies, got all his records, which my dad made us sell through jealousy, naughty boy. But then, you know, let's face it, we're all going to be jealous of Elvis at 21 years of age, especially when you're 21. But yeah, my dad used to sing Blue Suede Shoes and Rock Around the Clock and all kinds of stuff. He was a big Al Jolson fan, though, and Perry Como, the great Perry Como, and the great Al Jolson. But he used to sing all the songs deliberately the wrong way round. I think it was to wind my mum up, if I remember rightly now, looking back. And obviously Radio 1, you had... hey, listen, I was a teenager in the 70s. So Elvis was on the radio all the time. He was on the TV all the time. So naturally, Elvis is going to be my hero. So when he passed away, I'd already been singing, asking about, but when he passed away, my mum bought me Elvis's 40 greatest hits. Everyone's got it, the golden album that you open up, 40 number one hits or whatever it was, and I set about learning them, and then which I loved. And then one day I'm in Woolworths, and there's a record, K-Tel. Anybody remember K-Tel? K-Tel Records in Woolworths, and they had the Elvis. There was a cartoon picture of Elvis with the Sun logo behind him. Him obviously they were doing that on the microphone. Called Elvis, the Sun Collection. Now you got to remember, everything we'd all heard on the radio was everything after Heartbreak Hotel, because obviously that's when it became popular to the masses. So there I was sitting there with this, running home with this album, Sun Collection. And I put it on and my mind exploded, because then I realised why he was called the King of Rock and Roll, because he'd already been crowned by the time he got to RCA and begun. You don't just walk into RCA and have a number one hit. He'd done the legwork, and that legwork was a major part of the birth of rockabilly. I know there's 1,000 others, there's 1,000,000 others, and they're brilliant. And they are brilliant. I love them all, which is why I'm here. But I love them all. But Elvis was the birth for me of rockabilly. But the downside was, so I ran home after every school day, and I had a record player then. It was 1977 and a half, and I used to go home and run upstairs. Everyone was downstairs. I'd run upstairs, and I'd have to move the needle on the record all the time to figure out what the hell he was singing about. You know, well, if you want to be hugged, oh, you've got to hug me too. Anyway, I'm not sure if that was on the song. But anyway, you're trying to recognise what he's saying. Well, Lordy, 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 Miss Claudia, gal, you sure look good to me. And you're thinking, what? See, I'm backwards and forwards with the needle, writing down the words. And then finally I figured it out. And that's when I learned to sing note for note Elvis. And then it went on from there.
Yeah, a lot of people love Elvis, you know. His records, his numbers, his releases speak for themselves, to be honest. But who would you say, are there any others that influenced you and your musical heroes?
Well, obviously starts with Elvis. But then after Elvis, I listened to other singers, and one of my all-time favourites, and will always be, and that is Bing Crosby. Very early Bing Crosby when he was doing the jazz with the Rhythm Boys. Oh, wow. Where the blue of the day meets the gold of the night. It's actually the other way around. Where the gold of the day meets the blue of the night. Someone waits for me. If only I could see her, oh, how happy I would be. Where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day. Someone waits for me. And then on to Frank Sinatra. Oh yeah, definitely Frank Sinatra. And a little bit of Dean Martin, Matt Monro, Victor Moan. Oh, just all the greats. But yeah, Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby, and Elvis. They're the three that I think part of the reason they stand out so much higher than the rest, not only because of their tone and their timing and all the others, it's their breathing. They're just, some of the songs Elvis done, in his 20s and 30s, the way he's controlled his breathing, and I always remember watching a great documentary on Frank Sinatra, how he was told by Paul Whiteman that you're okay, but your timing and your breathing sucks. So I think that's why he's so skinny, because he just got on the road and pounded the road to get his lung capacity up so he could hold those notes for longer and clearer than anyone else. And that's what he did. And that's what all those greats have. Everything. But yeah. But then there's Doris Day, Patsy Cline. Oh, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, there's so many, you know that, we all know that. All the people that love singing, that's my passion. Know why the greats are the greats.
Some fantastic names there, Frank, obviously. Matt Monro, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Doris Day, you name it, great vocalists. And I can see you're more influenced by the singer than obviously the music as such, although the two do go together. When I've seen you live, you play guitar, acoustic guitar, but what's the first song? It's taking you way back when. What is the first song you learnt on the rhythm guitar?
What was the first song that I ever learned to play on the guitar? Well, that's easy. Well, that's alright, mama. That's alright for you. That's alright, mama. Just any way you do it, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do. That's alright, mama, of course.
That's Alright Mama, a fantastic song which is obviously now instilled in rock and roll, rhythm and blues sort of history, and that's all down to Elvis Presley for him doing that cover of that early Arthur Big Boy Crudup song, That's Alright Mama. So that's the first song that you learnt. So let's go from the first song that you've learnt. How did it all start? How did you get your first band? How did Frank Ryan become Frank Ryan?
What were my first steps to getting a band together? What, back in 1980? Oh, in 2005. There's a big gap. In 1980, I joined a band because I'd been singing Elvis for quite a while, and all the guys on site fence used to say to me, I'm 19, 18. So, mate, you can really sing, you should be in a band. And so I put an advert in Melody Maker. back in the day when you could put an ad saying I'm a singer looking for a band, and a band from Harlow rang me up. It wasn't the kind of music I wanted to do. It was sort of more like electro pop, but I just didn't know what I was doing. That's the truth of it. We entered a competition called the Harlow Rock Festival. 32 bands from Essex could enter, all good quality. And lo and behold, we won. The annoying thing about that was on stage at that time in 1981, there was a band, or 82, something like that. There was a band called the Phantom Pharaohs. I think they're now called the Pharaohs in Harlow. And they were a psychobilly band. And they were brilliant. And I don't know why. Maybe because I had the most stunning girlfriend in the world. A job that paid me well. I was bodybuilding then, so I was training 6 days a week. And I was rehearsing twice a week. Maybe I was just... My life was so full, they just floated by. And let's face it. At the time they were the competition, I was only interested in beating them. But what I didn't realise, they were the birth of the rockabilly revival of the early 80s. And I missed it. Yeah. Anyway, the band disbanded after that. We played a few big gigs. We played at the Hippodrome Leicester Square and a few other major venues in London. But then it all fell apart about a year later. Money as usual. And then 20 years later, yeah, I bump into someone that got me here on a building site. How did I first get up? So I bumped into him. He was a bricklayer. He was a guitarist. He met me. We got together and he asked me what I wanted to do. I said, I've always wanted to record and play the Sun Collection by Elvis. I've wanted that for 25 years. He said, okay, let's get on with it. I said, it's Bill Black, Scotty Moore's guitarist. He went, I don't know who Scotty Moore is. But bearing in mind, this guitarist is the most complete guitarist I've ever had the pleasure of working with. But luckily for me, he didn't know who Scotty Moore was, so he was a complete open book. He could play Mark Knopfler, any of the great guitarists of the time. He'd been in country music for 10 years. He was a genius. So he set about over the next 6 months learning every note for note Scotty Moore's licks on that album, and it was perfect. And at the same time, I was already real well versed. He knew another bricklayer, so it was 3 bricklayers from Brentwood, which is what we first went out on at Anna Brewer's Jive Sundays, and Anna gave us a chance to play on a Sunday slot in the afternoon, and I've still got the video. Maybe, Scotty, you can help me get it onto a DVD. And it's the first ever recording of Frank Ride of the Sunsets, and it was all playing Elvis Sun Collection. Something I'm very proud of, which is probably going to answer one of your questions that you got for me later. But we'll leave it there. So yeah, Anna Brewer gave me the first chance, along with Spike and Lynette, the fabulous, wonderful Spike and Lynette, who literally, this probably wouldn't even be happening in Essex if it wasn't for those 2 wonderful people and their dedication to it. Hi everyone, hope you're enjoying the interview. Thanks for watching. In case this is the wrong way around, my wonderful good friend, talented guitarist. Yeah, look. In case it's the wrong way around in the interview, obviously Nick Bayford from Lady Lucky, Lexi and the Riverdale Trio. I can never remember it.
Chippendale Trio. Yeah,
the Chippendale Trio. Obviously, Chris hides behind the bass, but he's never got any trousers on. Merry Christmas, Chris. I know he's watching because he's my number 1 fan. Me and Justin Bieber. So. Here we go. Merry Christmas, Chris. See you and your family. Hope you have a great time. Hope everyone's ready for Christmas and they're all having a really wonderful time with their families and everything. So I wish you all the best for that and a Happy New Year. So this song's called Watch This Lover Boy Go. We've done it. We've recorded it 3 times now, and I think this one might work.
It's got to.
Yeah.
I've got Grimes too.
Oh my God, this one will work. Here we go. Christ. So if you see any joins in it, it's because Scotty's had to take 3 bits out of 3 different recordings. Good luck with it, Scotty. And thank you, by the way, Scotty, for inviting me. I appreciate it. Really, really do. 1, 2, 3. Well, there's a new gal moving to the neighborhood. She walks real fine and she looks real good. She's catching the eye every night in town. Gonna make her mine, I ain't messing around. She gonna be my baby. Yeah, she's driving me crazy. Well, I'm gonna love her so. be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go. Well, I asked her for a date Saturday night. She pulled me up and down and said, Frankie, alright. Pulled up in my caddy by the corner of the nine. Ruby lips, black hair, she's driving me wild. She's really rocking, rocking, rocking. She got my heartbeat bopping, bop, bop. Well, I'm gonna love her so, be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go, go. Started getting friendly, the air was getting hot. Pulled up at my cross and said, be my honey bun. She looked me up and down, said, you're the number one. Well, the chorus started rocking, pop, pop. Well, the caddy started rocking, rock, rock. Well, I'm gonna love something, be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go. Well, there's a new cat, I'm in the neighborhood. She walks real fine, she looks real good. She's catching the eye, every guy in town. I'm gonna make a mock and I ain't messing around. She's gonna be my baby. Be my baby, she's driving me crazy, driving me crazy. I'm gonna love her so, be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go. Well, I'm gonna love her so, be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go. Well, I'm gonna love her so, be a daddy-o. Watch this lover boy go, go, go. Yeah, I think that works. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It works now.
Chucked an extra one in.
Cheers, cheers, Nick, Chris.
And Chris as well.
Chris, yeah. And Lexi, of course. I hope you're feeling better because you weren't well when we were recording this, but I hope you're feeling better, my lovely. Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the interview. See you on the circuit. Mwah.
So, Frank, it is Christmas time, and I noticed last year during lockdown and the year before, you were on Facebook quite regularly, walking through the woods, walking through the park, walking through a field, in your rockabilly gear, doing either live or recorded videos of you singing Christmas songs. They were really well received from the comments I've seen. Will they be making a comeback this year? Or is that ship sailed?
They did seem to be well received. I won't lie to you, I forgot all about them. Hasn't entered my mind this year. Maybe I haven't got into the swing of Christmas yet. But, oh, do you mind if I yawn? I'm only bored of my own company. I'm not keeping you up, am I? Will there be any Christmas songs? I don't know. Is it? Where's Christmas time, pretty baby? It's the wrong key. But yeah, I might do, Scotty. Thanks for asking. Thanks for reminding me. Have you got any requests, mate? Let me know. I'll be sure to put them in there somewhere. But yeah, anyone's got any requests, chuck them over and I'll see what I can do. I'll find some obscure location, dress in some obscure way, and I'll try and get the public involved this time and do some wah 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 wah. Hang up your pretty stockings and turn out the light. Frankie Claus is coming down your chimney tonight. Well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby. Yeah, Christmas is upon us, so yeah. Who knows? Well, actually, if this is coming out Christmas Eve, you've probably already heard them. I don't know what I'm talking about. And if I have done any, I apologise. Humbly. But if you like them, cool.
Hopefully, guys, if this is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day or Boxing Day or whatever it eventually goes live, if there's no technical hitches, you would have seen some of Frank's Christmas songs. So Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you all for the support. Continue to support Artists in the Spotlight, which started during lockdown just to try and get with entertainment and keep me mixing in with my music videos, etc, etc. Going now, I remember a long time ago I was standing in the bar with you and you were discussing about having the Elvis Sun Sessions album recorded in full, whether it be live or on CD, vinyl or whatever. Did you ever achieve your dream? Did you ever get that recording of that Elvis Sun Sessions that you wanted to replicate?
Yeah, as I intimated a few moments ago, that yeah, it's the joy of my life is having that recording that I've yet to see after 15 years of recording it, but I know it's there, and that is that knowing that thanks to Del and Damien, I got to realise my dream, and I'll be forever grateful to them. Realise my dream of learning to play and get to play on stage the entire Sun album. And I'm trying to remember, was it the Wood Grange? I think it was the Wood Grange, wasn't it? And the roundabout up from the Curzon. And one of the I think it was the first gig I ever played for Spike and Lynette was there, and the place was packed, and we only played that album. And I've got to say, everyone stood there all night and they loved it. And I remember that was the time when I met Tattoo Tom. Or was it? I can't remember who it was. But I think it was Tattoo Tom who said, yeah, a bit too much Elvis for me, which has always been a running joke with us ever since. Love Tom. Wish you luck, Tom. And Tattoo Tom went, yeah, a bit too much Elvis for me, but I can't knock it. It was good. And that was good enough for me. I mean, there was a moment there when we sung when we played I'll Never Let You Go, Little Darling, which starts like do nil 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 do nil do nil do 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 do. I'll never let you go. I'll try and sing it one day, not like that. And it was, I won't lie, when it was coming through the monitor back at me, I actually genuinely thought someone had put the record on. I thought, is someone taking the mickey? But it was us. And for that moment, I had an out-of-body experience where I actually thought, what's going on? This is so good. But we'd done twice a week. That's 700 times 2 years. That's 1,400 rehearsals. So yeah, from scratch to that. Yes, Scotty, I did get to realise my dream.
Yeah, because I know, as I said, we know from this interview as well so far that you're a massive Elvis fan, and to have that sort of desire to achieve something like that, for you to actually complete that, it must be a personal sort of accolade for you and recognition. Let's go talk about the Sunsetters. Tony Wood, Nick Linton-Smith, Tom Hayes and yourself. Probably some of the best gigs I've ever been to, best nights I've seen at Spike and Lynette's Rock and Roll Week. Not weekenders, but their weekend events they put on. Describe that experience, describe the sunsets, and it looked like a whole lot of fun watching on from the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, the Sunsetters, when it was me, Tom, Nick and Woody, there was just an honesty about it that I loved. There was no over-the-top expectations. There was no fear. It was just all hell broke loose when we played. It was, yeah, because the three fellas, like you say, Tom, Nick, Woody, they've been in it from the beginning. They are die-hard rockabillys. You cut them in half, there would be rockabilly in the centre of them, like a South End stick of rock. They are passionate about it. And it's easy to work with people like that when you're trying to kick ass. And that's what we did. It's so kind of you to say there was an incredible sound. I mean, it was something that I was passionate about, that we had a good pumping sound that was clear and fun to watch and listen to. Because I really do feel that rockabilly's going nowhere. It's staying right here. It'll always have a place in music, as is proven by the scene. Tom and Nick and Wood, I haven't seen them for a while. COVID obviously stopped the last couple of years, but when they went and reformed the band with Lou Lewis and the Twilight Trio, that was a natural progression. I was losing a bit of heart, and this young upstart, this young pretender came in and started stealing my band, and they looked like they wanted to be stolen. So I thought, you know what, it isn't theft if I leave. So we called it a day, and I won't lie, I've never seen them play, so I don't have a clue what they went on to and what they did, but all good luck to them. I don't think they're together anymore. I think Lou carried on his journey, and Tom and Nick, I think they've been at it for such a long time, they've probably taken a well-earned rest. Yeah, in the distance, it's difficult playing. We used to rehearse every week for 3 or 4 years. It's difficult going down to Chatham in Kent from Maldon in Essex every week for years. And after a while, we knew what we were doing. We didn't need to practice, rehearse. So we just turned up and played, which kind of added to the adrenaline of not having seen each other for a few weeks. But yeah, that ship sailed now. Reunion? I don't know. You never say never in any business, do you? In anything in life, I've cut my head off, haven't I? So I'll get underneath. You never say no, but I can't see it ever happening again. So yeah, but yeah, it's good fun. Thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. You know, while you're in a band, you're kind of like brothers, really, and you work hard together and you play hard together, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the last show I saw you, after that farewell gig at the Foresters, was the one at Prince of Wales, Strood. And obviously, recently, it looks like they're going to be, the rock and roll nights are going to be over, as the owners there are emigrating and retiring to Spain. So that's a bit of rock and roll local history there at the Prince of Wales. But they're brilliant nights. The Sunsetters, fantastic, a mixture of rock and roll, rockabilly, obscure and well-known stuff as well. So that's been absolutely brilliant gigs to be part of. Closing up now, I thank you, Frank, massively for joining us and being our Christmas special guest and the end of Series 2. Episode 4 is yourself. We may be back in 2022 for Series 3. Might take a little breather. I've got my wedding coming up, etc., etc. But we'll see. If there's another lockdown, there will be a third series coming your way. But thank you all for your support, and thank for all the artists and musicians that have joined me on this. And obviously thanks massively as well to Nick Bayford, who went round and provided the lead guitar for the video clips you've seen in this documentary, this interview. So finally, Frank, what are your plans for Christmas and what are your plans for 2022? And thank you for being a gent and taking part in this.
Well, Scott, good question. What am I doing for Christmas? I've been doing the same as I've been doing for the last few years, and that's bugger all. My kids go off to their parents? I am their parent. They go off to their mum and their family, extended family, which I'm happy for because they're good people, and I'm pleased that they've been around those kind of people because I've been blessed with 2 fantastic kids. There's no two ways about it. So Christmas Day I'll probably get up, eat a fry up, go to the pub, crash in as many beers as I possibly can, go home and watch an Elvis movie, and then she'll come over I'm at home after work because she works Christmas Day. She'll come home in the evening and we'll eat cheese, drink wine and arse about, probably. Thanks for asking. I hope you'll have a great time yourself. Musical plans for the new year. That's a really good question. And I'm quite excited about it because I've been talking to a few players because I've been to the last Bill Gunn trip and the boys Hemsby, which was absolutely fantastic. Well done, Bill and the fellas. Brilliantly put together. I know he's took a lot of flack over the last couple of years. Nothing to do with him. I don't think he invented COVID, and he certainly didn't. He didn't plan on any of this, but he's been a trooper and put together a fantastic weekend. So I wish him lots of luck in the future and all the things that they're doing with the on the scene with their promotions and events. And hopefully, I'm planning on putting something together this year, Frank Ryan and Sunsetters, but as opposed to, I never did like Frank Ryan and the Sunsetters, because as far as I was concerned, it was the Sunsetters. The boys were with me for 4 years, and that's what the band was. But Frank Ryan and the Sunsetters may be appearing at a venue near you in the new year. Well, it looks like it's going to happen, but it's only going to be 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 tops, and only in the Essex-ish area. But I'm looking to put together something very special with basically an amalgamation from all the songs that I've played, which are probably about 150 now, rockabilly songs I've played with the different lineups. And as I grew into this, back into the scene, there's some songs I've written myself, over 10 years ago that I'm going to, looking forward to playing them on stage together with all the songs that I can cherry pick from the songs that I've picked over the years with the different lineups and the bands. And we're going to have a killer set playing this year come to 2022. And I'm really looking forward to being able to present that to everyone on the scene. Scotty, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for asking. I hope everyone likes the songs that myself and Nick put together for you. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas with their families this year. At last, I'm looking forward to the new year. I hope everyone has a happy, prosperous and rocking new year. It looks like it's finally turned a corner, and hopefully we can all get back out and start enjoying this music that we love. Scotty, thanks very much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Love to you all. Okay, one more for you, Scotty. If you want to stick this in, if you don't, put it in your family album, and we'll put it in our recycle bin. Merry Christmas, everybody, and we're going to do Blue Christmas. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. There won't be the same dear if you're not here with me. That's when those blue snowflakes start falling. It's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. Did I make it up, Chris? Nick? What do I keep calling you Chris for? Keep going. Decorations of red. Lexi, will you concentrate? She's got lovely legs, Lexi, isn't she? Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. Won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. That's when those blue snowflakes start calling or falling. That's when those blue memories start falling. Oh, they start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Yes, I will when I watch this back. Christmas.
Yeah.
Cheers, Chris.
No.
Oh my God! Cheers, Lexi. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks very much.
Nick, wait for everybody. Merry Christmas.